All right, it's Monday, March 18th. Took me a minute to get myself ready here. Getting off to a little bit of a late start. All right. This was a trade, but I just didn't have enough time to get everything in place. I didn't have an account chosen to trade yet or anything. But it worked. Hey Gary, how are you? Welcome. Hope you've been having a good morning so far. So this is an interesting area or above the previous day's high, Friday's high. And we dipped down to the opening price and then we're able to cut right through that previous day high again. So not sure that that's giving much of a level, just the way it's cut through there a couple times. Gary says, doing well today, thanks, feeling better. Yeah, I'm on some meds, so I'm feeling better. My daughter's finally starting to do a little bit better since yesterday. So she's still gonna be home from school today though, so I'm definitely gonna be done by about an hour and 45 minutes from now. Yeah, it's good to be feeling better. I'm still on meds though, so it still like messes me up a little bit, but getting better. Thinking about entering that there. Looks like it's not going to trigger up here. I looked away. All right, it'll be interesting to see if that works. I looked away. Yeah, that works. Oh man, I wanted to get in up there. So only on one of my charts is it working for a little bit of extra ticks where I go for a little bit more with my auto stop. And then my other 3 charts, I had to just set my regular scalp size because they're just not working for more than that. And then I decided I'm just going to try to play my first 3 trades on my PAs one by one. And then I'll skip to evaluations. I like spinning the wheel, but I'm also noticing that I'm just not getting a lot of trades on the PA accounts week by week, doing it that way. So I want to make sure I can get more trades on those accounts. So I'm just going to do them. Start with those and then just pick evaluations after that. I kind of needed the wheel last week because I was feeling a little bit, my confidence level wasn't as high last week because the week before I'd had the most losses in a week I've had the whole year. So the random picking of the accounts was helping me to just take that decision out of it because I was, getting concerned about losses. But after having a 12-1 week last week, I think that's what it was, 12-1, something like that, feeling better about how things are going. So a little bit more confidence anyways. Gary says, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's something I was thinking about over the weekend. I was just like, man, how many trades did I even get on my PAs last week? And just to realize that, there were so few out of my, I think it was 13 trades. It just doesn't make sense. That is the primary goal, is to get to payout. And then passing the evaluations is secondary at this point because I have enough PAs to be profitable right now. So I need to make sure that those are getting trades. And it's great. It's great to pass evaluations and get more PAs, but when you're still I don't know what you want to call it, in debt to the fees of Apex, you want to, or I want to lock in the money and be playing on their money. So, I won't keep buying more PAs with my money. I want to buy PAs with their money. So yeah, it's just something I was thinking about and going, okay, the wheel served its purpose last week. And then this week, let's just go for it. Of course, today I start looking for charts that, are working good for my system. I had to go through a lot of charts today. So usually when I have to do that, the charts don't last long, the ones that I find. Like here, this is a trade above this first entry and engulfing second entry. If this doesn't work, this chart will be burned for me already. I just didn't enter it because I didn't like how sideways it was. So, not that it's a rule to stay out of it, but I just figured I don't want to chance it on this one. Well, it looks like it's going to work. We'll see. It's actually on 2 of my charts. Should I have taken it? I really wasn't thinking that there would be a setup there, and it happened with this engulfing, so I didn't really think about it very long, but it actually looks like it's going to work. All right. Yeah, that just worked right now. Strong up day. All right, highs of the day retested. Let's see what happens here. And this is one of those strong up days where it gets really hard to get good looking trades. Yeah, any trades I take today are probably going to look ugly. So on these strong pushes, there's not much of a pullback. You know, these are the kinds of pullbacks you get where it's the sideways stuff, and then you get an engulfing bar that enters it right at the previous swing, basically. Easy to blow accounts too. Yeah, a day like today, definitely easy to blow accounts on a day like today. Because you try to go with the trend, and then that's when you get one of these. And then if you try to get a counter trend, yeah, that's when you get something like this that doesn't move anywhere, it just goes up, takes you out. Oh, I forgot. I should probably copy evaluation 35 on any trade I take too, since that one's still below starting balance. Just piggyback that onto my other trades. Gary's going to call his trading here. 10 PAs, 560-ish. 5 new evals, 2200 per. Very nice, Gary. Just chilling now, watching you. Cool. Did you get the approval on your payout? Still waiting. I'm sure you'll get it soon. Submitting 4 more tonight. Nice. Man, I should be watching you. Not this way around. I should be watching you to see what you're up to. See what I can learn. Sorry, I had to walk away for a second. Gary says, laugh out loud. I'm just your support guy. I'm serious though. I'd like to see what you're doing early market hours with your trading. You seem to be really consistent lately, which is awesome. Consistent and like good numbers. I mean, making 500 a day on each account is really great. I wish I was doing that. It's something I'm hoping to work towards. Shoot, I'm always happy if I make 100 a day on each account, or as many accounts as I can. See what the daily looks like here. Gary says you will. Just takes time, patience, and persistence. Yeah, I hope so. So I've definitely been putting in the time. I think I've been having good patience, and the persistence hasn't quit on me in 3 years. So hopefully. I mean, really what would change the game for me is if I can manage to get a payout on just this one account, PA2, and put my money back in my pocket. Then it takes just all the pressure off, and I can actually trade these accounts the way I want to trade them, which would probably be to trade them with a little bit more size, because I'm getting the consistency enough to get a lot of wins in a row. I mean, last week I was thinking about it. I keep saying 12-1. Let me actually look and see what was I last week. So I don't even remember. I really took advantage of the weekend and didn't really think much about trading at all until last night. So last week, okay, I was 11-1, so 12 trades, and sorry, distracted here. So I had as 11-1, 12 trades. My loss, I believe, was my first trade of the week last week, and then I went on to win 11 in a row. So I've definitely had enough streaks where I'll win 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe more trades in a row. And so I was just thinking, if I was trading more size, a little more size, nothing crazy, but just trading a little bit more size, being a little bit more aggressive, I'd be able to reach payouts quicker and pass evaluations quicker. And yeah, the loss will be more damaging, especially on the 25K. But even on the 50K, you get a loss and easily eat up half my drawdown. Potentially on a loss. But I have enough winners in a row that I can start playing the accounts the way I want to play them, which is to not care if I lose accounts, because it'll be about passing and qualifying for payouts faster on the ones where I'm not hitting the losses, in theory. What am I doing here? Uh-oh. Just talking about not getting losses, and this might have been a mistake here. Yeah. Let's see what happens. Come on, give it to me. All right. All right, all right. So this one was definitely a little dangerous for me. It was on a chart that has been running good, but it did have one loss in the overnight session. So I was a little bit wary of it, but I decided to take it at the last moment. Off an inside bar and a doji at that. So definitely a bit dangerous, but I was kind of looking at it like this level here too. So I kind of liked that this was like resistance broke through, and then counting on it as support. So that's what kind of made me decide to go with it. All right, so it definitely felt like a dangerous trade there. But I had enough reasons to decide to take it. Let me update my stats. All right, so one trade in the books. Take PA6 off. And go to PA2. All right, so it definitely feels like more pressure when I'm just starting off with my PAs and taking a trade that I know is risky. I mean, the risk wasn't super high. About 7.5 points. All right, all my charts are still intact currently. And this was off of a chart where I had to just go for my regular scalp size, not trying to capture anything more. So that's why you see $102. When I only get my scalp on 2 contracts, I get $102. So I should put, I forgot. I'm just going to be careful on any kind of, be really careful on any kind of counter trend trade that might come up. All right. So it's nice. I'm finally back above starting balance on both PA6 and 7. So I like to at least see that. Bidding. I mean, man, it's the 15th day traded already on this PA. And 10th day traded here. So as you can tell from those numbers, I'm definitely working slow. Slow is all right, as long as I get there. It's funny how that trade just felt really dangerous, but it was just in this candle itself that it felt like it wasn't going to make it the second I got in. But once it went above it, it went right away. And once the candle closed. Yeah, I mean, that's just an example of a trade I would never take with max Pats, right? You don't even consider a trade there. And it's kind of what I like about what I'm doing now is felt like those rules kept you out of a lot of good trades. And it kept you out of some losses too, but the rules were so encumbering and so subjective based on the trend lines and whatnot. But this system just works a lot better for me in terms of playing it as the entire chart. Is the entire chart working or not? Just seems to give me an edge that I never had with that system. Gary says it's always about the system, not the size. Once you get the system, it's easy to increase size. The other way around never works. Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%, which is why I've started off with small size. You know, I've only been trading this particular way since the beginning of the year, and on Q. And so yeah, even at some point I was trading these PAs with just one contract. I think PA2 I was trading with one contract at one point. Now I'm trading them all at 2 contracts. And my evaluations, I trade at 2 contracts, except for my 50K evaluations, I trade at 3 contracts. So yeah, I agree. I mean, internally, there's a desire to trade a little bit bigger contracts now because I'm starting to trust what I'm doing. But I don't want to trade larger contracts until I'm at the point where I'm playing with Apex's money, and then therefore, if I lose accounts or whatever, I'm just whatever new accounts I have to get, I'm using their money anyways, and so it just takes the pressure off, and just makes it so I can be more aggressive with the accounts and kind of trade them. You know, like ultimately my thought processes on them, which is the way I trade my accounts is my risk management, and using the accounts themselves is the risk management. Let's see here. Looks like yeah. So this chart I can no longer use. This chart just got lost. First entry short, second entry short, didn't make my profit target, and we got stopped out. So that chart goes away for me. So I'm down to 3 charts now. So yeah, so once, that's why, if I can get a payout, like the 2,000 payout is really what I need at this point. Once I get that 2,000 payout, then it loosens up my ability, how I can trade, which I think this system will work really well for. I imagine one day when I have 10 PAs, and I'm going to take one trade at a time, just like I'm doing on each one. And, if I have 10 PAs, in theory, 8 or 9 of them should be wins if I take that many trades. But just out of every 10 trades, 8 or 9 will typically be a win. And so they'll only need, they'll need less trades to get to the promised land, essentially. So I think even if I start off with 10 PAs and only 2 or 3 of them get payouts, I'll be ahead of the game. It's kind of the theory. All right, so I'm still working with 3 charts now. Probably have about an hour left to trade. I'm hoping I have an hour left. This market feels like one of those just slow grinding up days with shallow pullbacks. A huge gap. I mean, the lows of the overnight is basically where the close of the day is yesterday. So just a huge gap above. All right, Gary's heading to lunch. All right, man. Have a good one. I'll see you in a little bit if I'm still here. Again, I'm going to be done in about an hour, so it's going to be definitely on the shorter side today. And congrats on your trading today. All right, so I'm 1-0 for today so far. And don't really have much of a read on the market other than it just seems to keep going up. Had a high, got the retest, and seems to be rejecting a little bit from up there. You got this overnight high, or not overnight high, but previous day high from Friday, not too far below. Gary said, if I don't see you, good trades today. I think you already took off, but thanks, man. Yeah, so definitely feel a little bit more pressure knowing that I'm going to trade my 3 PAs on my first 3 trades. So my next trade especially, because I'm now doing PA2, which is about 1,000 away from the payout. I was about 600 away not too long ago and hit a loss. So I'm still working my way back up to where I was before that loss. So it definitely feels like more pressure knowing that, payouts are on the line. But I got to try to just follow my system. My charts are still good. And hope that my charts don't give out on me before I'm done trading for the day. And put my order in here if it comes up. All right, this is actually, this turnaround, it actually triggered on another chart, different size tick chart. So if this price continues to go down, it's actually going to turn into a loser on that chart. And it didn't trigger on this chart yet, which would have saved me. So let's see what happens here. I mean, I'd like this to trigger because it'll make the other one work, and then hopefully that'll make this one work too. And I don't want to lose any charts yet. Looks like it's going to trigger. A little bit further. Come on, almost there. All right. Second trade of the day, second win. That one's a little bit nerve-wracking just because it triggered on this other chart. If I show it, which chart? This one. So here it actually triggered first entry, and then it triggered here second entry above this inside bar. And then this bar is the one that started going down. It looked like it might take it out before it ended up going on to work. So, but fortunately I waited for this chart. So I had a little bit extra, I got the value of seeing what happened with that chart first to decide whether to get in here or not. So when I saw that one wasn't going for that loss immediately, it felt like it was going to hold up, which then made me feel more confident about this one. But when you see it pushing and then backing up, you go, okay, did I make the right decision? Luckily I did this time. All right, so I'm just going to update my stats here. All right, so 31st day traded on PA2. Now, next trade will be on PA7. And continuing to trade this evaluation 35 copied with all these other trades. I want to get this back above starting balance and at least full drawdown before it renews. So I have some ways to go, but this was really down last week, so just still trying to dig it out. All right. And so you can see this is the other thing I really like about trading off of multiple tick charts, not just using them as, to give guidance and then only trade on one, but having the luxury to like look at different charts and decide, okay, I'm going to take it on this chart, or two are happening at the same time. It's like, okay, I'm going to wait and see what happens on one chart before I decide to take it on the other chart, kind of thing. Just gives me a little bit of extra, just a little bit of extra knowledge, or I don't know what you want to call it, but extra confidence to be able to enter a trade sometimes. All right, so this might be an interesting area, although the previous day high doesn't seem to really be playing much of a role. I mean, it played a low resistance here. Maybe you can say this was playing the support here, but then it just dropped right through again. Played resistance, but then it didn't play resistance at all here. So if there's a setup right off of that, I probably won't use it like I typically would, just because it doesn't feel as important as it usually does today. I'm actually going to step away for just a minute. All right, I'm back here. See on this chart, well, you can call this a double top and say first entry, second entry here. That would have worked if I took that. When this bar was forming is when I walked away for a minute. Not sure what I would have done if it set up when I was here. Exactly. It's a little bit under these. That's right there. So maybe I would have taken it if I saw that. I'm not sure. So now we're below Friday's high. So this will be interesting now to see if it can hold here or if we're going for another retest of the open and what will happen there if that's where price goes. And I'm looking at this here. We're right at that previous day high again. But again, it doesn't look like it's giving much support or resistance either way. So I'm not sure that I really want to play off of it. If it closes below, I might be tempted to enter here. So it's going to close above. So these are these areas where I'm now being careful where I take trades. So the fact that it closes above, if it triggers below, it might still be good, but I'm observing when it closes above, I'm staying out of them and observing whether they still work or not if it triggers below. So I will not take this trade if it triggers below this bar right now. Just because I'm looking at like Friday's high might be support here. Doesn't look like it's triggered yet. So matching lows right now. I mean, I have a mind to think that if it does trigger, it would work because it's below. But I'm just observing these. Okay, there it triggered. And there it worked. Okay. So that's the third time I've seen that situation in as many days, and it's the third time it's worked. So far, as long as the trigger happens below those kind of key areas for me, I can take the trade. But I'm going to keep observing them. It's only been 3 instances. I want to see many more versions of that happen before I decide they're safe to take. Actually, here's a situation on a different chart that I'm looking at. On this chart, you have a similar thing. First entry short, and then you have an inside bar, and it goes below again. So here is a second entry short triggered off the inside bar. I wasn't looking at this chart at the time. And same situation where the close is above on the bull bar, but then the inside bar closed below. So now is this going to work below? I would think this works. Again, it wasn't a trade I could take because I wasn't looking at the chart. I was looking at the other chart at the time, but here we go. So that one worked too. So just more things I'm watching and observing. I really like to take trades off of those levels, but I also usually like to see these levels be a bit more clear what they're doing. You know, there's a little bit of resistance here, there's a little bit of support here, but then here it went right through it, but then played a little bit of resistance, then it went right through it, and then it went right through it again, and now it's apparently playing a little bit of resistance again. So a lot of times these levels will just be like clear resistance and then it becomes clear support, you know. But so far today is a good day. I'm 2-0, and I don't have much longer to trade. I probably have to finish trading in the next 15, 20 minutes or so. And then I'm going to have to figure out when I can come back to do my review video later. I'm not sure when I'm going to have a chance. So considering that, I'm going to start prepping some things for the review video in case I don't see anything come up here. All right, I think I'm actually going to call it here. 2 trades today. Let's see. Let's see. So 1 trade on this chart and 1 trade on, where is it? On this chart. So 2 trades on 2 PAs. I'm gonna go ahead and run with it. My daughter's waking up. I know I got to take care of her this morning, and she's not going to school. So I need to record my wrap-up video before I get her up. And so I got to run. This is going to be it. So 2-0 today. I'm glad I took my 2 trades on my PAs, so I moved 2 of them forward a little bit and pumping up evaluation 35. I do have, I think, 27 renews tomorrow or the next day. I'm just going to accept that renewal fee. I'm not going to try to push it just to pass. If I have to pay an extra $30, so be it. It's in great standing, and I just want it to be, I want to take trades on it in the rhythm of taking trades in a day. So I'm not pushing it. 31 as well is going to pass soon, hopefully. Same thing. I'm just, I'm ready to pass them. I want to pass them, but my focus is every day to start on the PAs, do this with them, and then eventually work my way towards working on some evaluations too. So, yeah, not a bad day. Between 3 accounts up over 500 and 200 between the 2 PAs. So I'll take that for now and little baby steps towards my goals. And I'll be back at it tomorrow. Thanks for anyone that checked this out. 80% discount code still going on. Use this code or any other. Get the 80% off plus the 1-day pass till March 27th. There's details in my link that I've provided below. And I appreciate it if you like and subscribe. And other than that, hope you had a good trading day, and hopefully be able to do something like this again tomorrow, 2-0 or 3-0, 4-0, whatever it is. Keeping my percent high. I'm still at 81% overall, 137.32 for the year. Start off the week good, and just want to keep this going. As 11-1 last week, so now I'm 2-0. And I believe my 11 wins last week were 11 in a row. So if that is true, then I'm 13-0 in a row right now. All right, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching.